welcome back to Stab in Reality. That's what I decided to call this series, where I show, where it's basically like a behind the scenes of my art, and basically showing a reflection of all the things that I'm learning, and sharing it. Sharing like what's really like behind all of the art that I've made, and I've never done this before, so it's really, but I was really excited to share this new project I've been working on right over here. But I'll show it on the side. I'll show the process of like drawing it and basically having to remake it from scratch. The whole reason I'm working on this is because I was thinking, like, what would I do? What would I create if nobody was watching? Like, how different would my art be? But I want this to be an inspiration for any of you who want to return to your old abandoned projects, because I hated having to abandon mine. Like, it's taken me years to recover from like all the work I did. I made a comic, and I'll show it. It's like a 60-page comic that I was working on all the fucking time. I was always just working towards developing this whole world that I created with my friend. And you know, it has like a lot of really fucking good memories, that especially being in like the art community I was a part of, it was fucking awesome. So of course I wanted to come back to it. And there's no shame in it. There's no like I let go of the shame about it. Like, there's nothing to be ashamed of. And it's like an opportunity to just explore all these new ideas I can bring into it. Like, that's the beauty of like coming back to old ideas that you had and old worlds and old characters, is you can use your imagination to fucking completely change it and bring it to life. And like, the more that the story is like really close to your heart and really resonating with you and really like bringing some part of you to life, like I want this new project to be a metaphor for like my old life, basically. And it's like a way of letting go of all these things that I used to be through these characters that I'm drawing. And even like old friendships I've had and old places I've been. Like, I literally had the whole setting be a metaphor for not only how the characters feel, but how I've been feeling. And artists, like, this is our power. Like, this is what we're here to do. We're here to fucking express ourselves, man. We're here to show people who we are through what we make. We don't have anything to be ashamed of, and I have to learn that. I have to really like let go of a lot of that shame. That shame is bullshit. That shame is a lie. And it's only here to discourage you from creating what you know you really want to make. And that's all I've been saying. That's all I've been asking. What do you really want to make? What will you, like, how will you impress yourself? Like, forget about all these other people. I hate to say it, audience, it's not about you. So it's about what can you make in your life? What can you create? Like, what brings you life? What makes life worth living for? Like, really, I want to share this, like what my process is, because I've never shared it before, and it's very, makes me feel so exposed. Like, oh God, don't look at my amazing creative process that I've never put into words before, because it's not even a process. Like, it's not even a secret. How you create, you just fucking do it. You just feel, and when you feel, when you see these shapes, you have these visions that you get. I can't explain it. You get fucking premonitions of what you want to see and what you want to create and what you want the story to be. And that's like this weird like power that artists have, and everybody has it in their own way. And for mine, I had a vision of like a truck driving in the desert. So like a secluded desert. And I drew it out. Basically like a blank canvas. Just empty solitude, empty isolation. And someone just driving through it. And like the tires rolling on the street, unpaved road, bumping on the rocks. And like the whistle of the wind. And basically like the image of someone who's running away from themselves. And running away from everything they knew. And of course it's the main character. And then I remembered a story, a game that I liked. I really liked it. Was Life is Strange 2. But that whole series was about being a runaway, running away from your life, running away from your everything that makes you you. And it was about two siblings basically running out of a country, so I got really inspired. And it like makes me grateful for being able to even create these things. And I got inspired by another game called Mad Max for like a wasteland, and that really brought this like image to life. It brought like a whole complete just world. Like I'm not stealing it, but I am kind of stealing. It's called stealing like an artist, where you just take from really good ideas and you make it into something completely new. Completely, you just remix it. That's your power. It's like, wow, you can use whatever you want. Just put a spin on it so it's not obvious that it's that's completely the same. And how I explained it is Graham's home, the second main character. His home, he lives in the desert that the first main character is driving into. So she's driving straight into this whole new world that's completely unknown to her, completely hostile and wasteland. Doesn't know where the hell she is or who she is anymore. Running from all of her problems. And then this guy just lives there. How I describe it is it's inspired by that kind of world, that kind of apocalyptic wasteland. So I said like an outcasted, abandoned, craggy cliff desert with a wide open sky. It seems apocalyptic and empty, littered with scraps. A beautiful wasteland with parts of beachy white sand and golden sunsets, like the coast of an ocean without water. There are abandoned streets and vehicles left for dead, so they're either left to be part of the scenery or recycled by the locals. Plus an obliterated drawbridge highway like on the Mad Max cover. And that's where the second main character lives. And it's a metaphor for where I used to live too. So just the thought of like having like these old memories of like an ocean like I have, and basically being like a big faded out fucking memory. And like it's been so long ago now, it's like it's dried up like a desert. It's kind of fucking sad. But adding that bit of personality and that bit of like self-experience is so fucking cool. Is it brings it to life even more. Like I can't wait to see how this looks. So I already have the mental image, but it's all about putting it all on a blank canvas, just like you're just creating reality now. And I'm still drawing it now, but I'm sure I'll put the finished part on the side and act like I already drew it when I made this video. It's very smart. So I came up with like this whole other. I didn't come up with that. I got inspired by what this AU used to be. It used to have these like scavenger creatures that Graham, the second main character, lived with. Like the original idea was they're workaholic boomer inspired race. So like old people. And they work all the time and they're the reason the world is a wasteland. It's creativity right there. And then I fleshed it out even more, and I came up with them being cyborgs, basically. From looking at this art and getting inspired by it, and I'll show it. I know it's AI art, but Like, get your ideas from anywhere. Like, don't be afraid, even if it's AI. You might as well use fucking AI art. It's useless otherwise. Right? But I saw, like, the roboticness of those designs. I was looking up, like, what was I looking up? Desert robots or something like that. And all these, like, really cool ideas started popping up. And I'm like, hello, I'm gonna steal all that shit. And this is what you do. You think I came up with all this on my own? I wish. It's fucking stealing. You steal from everywhere. And then you make it your own. You make it in your own image, basically. When I said the redesign, they used to be called Vollards. But the new Vollards are part robotic modified, and mostly older folks. So they're robotic modified humans in the West. So they're cyborg, middle-aged Western scavengers whose culture revolves around constant work. They also mostly have disabilities from their working conditions, and most have air masks and ventilators from COPD and smoking. And plus the sandstorms. They have sandstorms in the desert, so they have to protect their airways. And some have modified robotic arms to help them work harder, basically, because they're aging and they're getting weak. And others have heart and respiratory robotic parts to help them. When your heart starts to give out from working too much, what are you supposed to do? You gotta build a new one, huh? So it's very dark, but everyone is conditioned to feel broken. Yeah, like they're all born in the dumps. And they think working and scavenging will fix them, but it's the cause of their town to be in abandoned ruins and their own conditions to be abandoned. They're a metaphor for people trapped in addiction and living in poverty and supporting people on top that don't care about them. They sacrifice their bodies for their families, and it's their culture. And it's inspired by people I see in real life. Inspired by older people, yeah. And they all have disabilities that they try to hide and fix with technology. Except for the kids, they're just taught to believe that there's something broken about them that needs to be fixed. It's not funny, but it's just like, wow. This is what happens when you get inspired by real life. And then the second main character ends up like having a friendship with one of them, and she's the only one who really understands him. She's based off of one of my own friends and how I felt being alienated in my own life. But she's one of these collectors. She's born into this culture where they value working all the time, and they value sacrificing themselves, and they don't see the point in being an artist. And of course, the main character is an artist. He makes art out of junk, out of trash, and they don't like it. They don't like how he doesn't try to get money out of it. He just does it for fun. They're like, I don't understand. That doesn't make any sense to me. But this one girl understands. And I'm working on her design now. But it's so poetic because my friend was almost the same. So, just like a very compassionate, loving, giving person who like admires the artistry and the creativity, and she wants it, but she doesn't have the gift. It's like shit. So she falls into that same pattern of overworking, and she ends up trying to modify herself to fit in because she doesn't feel like she has worth otherwise. So this is some deep shit. I don't know how I came up with this, but I can't wait to see it all finished because I haven't started working on it yet. But this is all to say, like, this is your power in creation. This is your fucking gift. It's not something to be ashamed of. But mainly the idea of like a wasteland world is what really stuck with me. It really like got me to really immerse myself in that kind of world that reflects the toxicity of this one. It's fucking hard to imagine it being worse. But it really could be. It could be a wasteland. It could be a place where you really are trapped. And the culture really is like literally just built upon hurting itself. Just like a lot of people are in real life and they're not aware of it. It's really sad. But art is such a way to spread awareness about it and to bring it to life and to like make it more than just this like comic that I used to work on. It's so much more. So much more powerful, so much more that you can use to spread awareness. I didn't even mention one thing I got inspired by now. Just by seeing unused content in other games and stuff. Like how differently a game could be made. It's like The Walking Dead Season 2. I just want to put a bunch of like pictures, man. I gotta show this. It's a really dark, like apocalyptic place with zombies, of course. Where you're just trapped. And it could have been completely different. It could have been really scary. And you can listen to music about it where it could have been like a horror game almost. Because it's fucking scary, but it's so inspirational because it could have ended so differently than it did. And it shows like I can't hate games now. I can't ever hate the things that inspire me the most. Because something about playing as like this like 11-year-old girl in the apocalypse and being completely fucking alone is just so fucking awesome. And being around incompetent adults that don't know what the hell they're doing. It's a lot like real life when you're a kid. Not gonna lie. And because that concept could have been twisted into something that was just so terrifying with that OST and that unused music and that those pictures that they have that are so haunting. It's amazing. Like, this is what you can do. This is the kind of emotional reaction you can invoke in your art. It's powerful. It is so powerful. And so, like, I can't stop thinking about it. Like, this is beautiful. It's beautiful what you can do. Don't underestimate where your ideas can go, because I've written my fair share of very, very dark content. And it's such a good way to get out a lot of your like inner demons and all. Same with what I'm writing now. It's a way of like showing that you can overcome any obstacle that you want to. And you can literally face your own issues in real life by putting it in like an art form, basically. And letting go of that shame, letting go of like worrying about anyone seeing it or whatever the hell. Because whoever wants to see it will see it. And they'll like really see it. They'll really understand what it's really about. Because there's no bounds in what you can make. There is no limits at all to what you can do. And there's something so beautiful about that. Because I've been putting it to the test lately. And this is what I've been able to make. It's been fucking awesome to see what happens when you stop like shackling your creativity and shackling it with all these expectations and like worrying about what people think and all. It's just such a fucking way to destroy everything you make. So I hope you learned something from this, because it's one of my first really behind the scenes things that I've ever made before, and it's really exposing to show things before they're done. But I think it just makes it more powerful to show like what effort really goes on behind the scenes that people don't see. They just don't see it. So I hope it inspires somebody out there, and I hope it encourages some of you to reanimate your lost projects. Like, find your inspiration again. Find what that spark that you lost. See if you can reignite it. Sometimes you can't. A lot of the times it's just fucking dead. Okay. But if you can reignite it, if you can turn it into something beautiful, use this fucking creativity the way that you need to, the way that it deserves to be seen, and it deserves to be your own art and your own ideas and your own originality, putting yourself in there, putting your experiences and games that you love, people that you love. Let it be a mirror to yourself and your struggles. Like, let yourself overcome these struggles that you have. Show yourself that you can do it through a character, or even put yourself in there, like I did with my last animation. Give yourself that power. See what you can do. That's my message. So I don't know who needs to hear it, but I hope you take it to heart. And for now, I'll see you in the next part, when this will be even more fleshed out and it'll be even more fucking incredible to look back to and just see just how big this can roll into its own amazing fucking thing. So, hope you enjoyed, and I'm out.